Hello, this is Gabe from GabeSGoneGaming. We're back today again with SnowRunner. If I remember right, we left off stuck at a bridge. Or to be more precise, a bridge that needs to be rebuilt, but we don't have the quest marker. So, I have two options. Option one, I work my way around with the scout. Probably as weird as it sounds, find the Pacific P16 and a trailer. I think either over here or over here there should be one I can use. There's that one, but I think it has cargo. That one's a scout trailer. Sadly, this scout I have can't use it. So, we are going to go back over to here, though. Ugh. Ow. There we go. Come on. You can make it. Not sure exactly how long I plan on being on for this particular one. But what I can say, though, is I'm at least aiming for half an hour-ish to an hour. Again, still stuck on a controller as well. This is probably our only crossing point, so let us severely hope we do not get stuck. Missy? You better lay down. Good. My cat, Smokey, is with me right now, so knowing my luck with her, I should be expecting a game crash or computer crash by the time I am done. But we will see. I am surprised this is making it. Awesome, we made it up. So when we have an idea on what it is we're doing, we're aiming for this watchtower. I also just noticed we are down to 11 gallons of gas. So I need to keep my eyes open for a fuel tanker. Awesome. I totally forgot that was even there. Which one is this? Offroad. Okay, we are now talking. So, let's see. Out of those, the Fleet Star might be the first one to end up with it. The Kodiak I don't really use until I get the upgrades, but we'll see. I have not recovered the TranStar yet. And then the Western Star 57X is a highway truck, so I'm probably just going to completely overlook ever giving it the off-road one. It'll probably end up as more of a fuel hauler across the long distances once I actually get a proper fleet going. So there is that. Speaking of fuel... Okay, there's you. There's that. Okay, yes, there was 2 broken bridges. That one has to be done before this one. So, that also means that me recovering P16, which is right here, is out of the question. Which means... I wish you could sometimes see the stuff in trailers. There's certain cargo types, but I don't think you can. Alright, we have to go to Island Lake. Because we probably don't have enough gas. Oop, still in reverse. There we go. Because we probably don't have enough gas to make it around. We might. We might not. I honestly don't know. SnowRunner, what I can tell you though, it's one of those games you don't try to take chances on. And I do remember Island Lake is crammed full of free fuel. That is simultaneously the most helpful location and hardest to probably extract from because of that swamp area. Come on. Might be wondering what I'm doing. I am not a fan. Is that the road? Not the road yet. I am not a fan of that road. Right there. Come on. Perfect. Missy? I don't care if you're up there. Stay off my keyboard. Alright, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I remember right, the main entrance is right around here somewhere. You are not going onto my keyboard. The keyboard is forbidden territory for you. You can sleep on my lap. You can sleep in front of the monitor. You are not stepping onto my keyboard. Good. All right. Now that the Tinker's not trying to cause me any problems right this second. Oh, ouch. I honestly don't remember where anything is. What is that? That is dumb luck, because I just spotted that. Alright, we want right here to right here. Thank you for not being in a zoned out area on the map. I was not planning on coming over here to Island Lake. It just happened. Ow. Ugh. You know what? There. Just a little faster? Maybe? Don't ask me why low plus and all-wheel drive is more efficient than high gear. Youch. Feels like I'm doing nothing and I'm taking damage. I don't know if it's a road issue, the way I drive, or just how my vehicle is, but I don't think I've ever been on this road and not taken damage. And it's probably one of the better ones in the game. There's there. Head this way. I do not know if this is a mission trailer or not. I honestly don't remember. What I do know is that it has gas in it. All right. I know they did some other changes to the game. I do not remember if they ever fixed the Scout Fuel trailer issue, though. No hitch, but you can still use a winch from it. Alright. Since I cannot cross that bridge anyway, I'm going to see about getting these watchtowers over here. Do not take that road. I need to remember to slow down a little. Perfect. I should probably exit out through that same spot again. There we go. Alright. Nothing unlocked from you. Normally I don't come here. Well, there's two paths I can take. I can either go this way and wrap my way back around. Or I can go this way and hit up that one. Let's just go to this one first and see what we end up with. I see a trailer right there too. Should have gone up and not down. Alright, we got out of that one. So we get to keep this. No, I'll leave that one behind. Okay, we do have an upgrade. So I'm gonna go and try to snag that, and then we're gonna go back and grab that fuel trailer. Awesome. I didn't know there was any parts for the Kodiak here. Goes to show what I remember. Okay, we need to go back down to there to get the trailer. I am not in a mood for driving this thing through the mud here at Island Lake, so I could probably snag you. What time is it? All right, we're at 27. I'm going to try going for a bit longer. For me, it is late. I do have to get the bed sometime tonight. So, whoa, do not flip me. Yep, that's the right road. What type of task and or challenge is this? Okay, I think that's just a normal mission. There we go, back on the main road. Alright, I'm going to hold off on Island Lake for a bit, because I'm not going to go through all of that mud. Instead, with the fuel trailer that we have, we're going to go back through this tunnel. And see if we can get the other watchtower over there. And the P16 unlocked. Once that is done, I will call it a night for what I am personally doing. Do not flip. Remember, pay attention to the road. Alright. That was free points. I believe that was... Yep, planks. So again, more free resources. Looks like another empty trailer. I'm just gonna swing past you. Careful I don't hit a stump. Somewhere in there I usually end up hitting one. That there is the primary objective that we have. I'm going to actually accept this one and accept, because the goal is to get that one done next. Okay, it looks like we can pick up stuff from there, and we already have one trailer full. That makes things much easier. The only catch is getting the P16 over, or something else out here right now. Alright, never done this before, but we're going to try going just a little bit further out the normal. Alright, looks like we do start sinking. There we go. I do not like going through here. Get stuck. Awesome, we made it. Good. Alright, refuel. You to you. And then we're going to snag you. And skip you. Come on. All right. Okay. I'm going to do one extra objective. Unlock that trailer before I totally forget about it to even be in there. Whoa. Let's see. I can go get that one first. I guess it doesn't matter. Swing by you. That way you're registered. Head down here. Hello, P16. Simultaneously love you and do not love you at the same time. The real-life counterparts to these trucks were a whole lot better than how SnowRunner interprets them. Alright. Drop you off. We back this one up. Immediately question what this job here is. Perfect. So that is that job. So we're activating you too. We want that. Attach. There we go. The Pacific series of trucks was all basically custom made for the job that which they are doing. Right. There's no way that's fitting through there, so I have to go this way. Knowing my luck, like what just almost happened, I will most likely flip these, attempting to get this out. Let's see, right or left? Okay. There we go. That answered that question for us. Come on. We're gonna try going around this way. Come on. So as I've mentioned before, I have played SnowRunner quite a bit. I have finished Michigan once before, long time ago, and then made it about halfway through on Alaska. This is the first time I've gotten the P16 out without flipping. And it's always because of those little bridges or me trying to work my way around them. Alright. That, however, is only half my problem. Ow. The other half of my problem, I'm on the wrong side. So that means this is still stuck as far as I'm concerned. I could be stupid and drive it over this. I could try, which will probably what I end up doing. Drive this way around. Hopefully it claws its way through. And then get up there. Think. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do. At least in regards to this part right here. So, delivered to either side. The only problem is the fact that I don't have a thing of wood. The wood's on the other side of here. Okay, it does not matter if you think about it, because crossing over to here puts me on this side, which is nice until you take into consideration I have to deliver this one most likely first. So, there's that. Now, before I forget about that little trailer, let's go get that thing unlocked and revealed on the maps. That way I don't leave it behind forever. So I do remember last time I played, I did buy one trailer. I do plan on buying those particular types of trailers, the ones with the service parts and tools and everything. However, I do not plan on buying anything that I will be selling. So that basically means if I buy a trailer for a region, it's going to stay in that region. If I find a trailer in a region, I'm going to sell it, but I can only sell them for half of what I buy them for. That's why if I buy something, it's there to stay. One plus side about this. Okay. This tells me it's basically screaming Loadstar. So, I'm gonna do a little bit of store browsing. Let's go over to... Since I have trucks here, let's just see what's here. You and you. Okay, that's not too bad. Smithville. There's no way that's getting out without some extra work. Go to the garage. We did get the raised suspension for the Kodiak, which I was planning on using. In the end, I did not. For the heavy load, that specialty trailer. Ah, there it is. So, suspension, raised, sell. The Kodiak is one of those. I only use it with the raised suspension. So I'm more than happy to sell that off. With that, let's see, I still need rank 8. Out of all the tires in the game that are in the off-road category, I prefer these ones. I think they look good. I believe they are also one of the more functional ones as well. I do know the Jat ones are, in theory, better in some ways, but not always. If I head over to Kola, I will probably be throwing chains on. Same thing for Alaska. Mainly because I know SnowRunner is weird. Snow is basically just white mud as far as the game's concerned. But having the chains, in my opinion, I prefer the extra slippage, so to speak, in that regard. So, I do like this. All right. Let's see. This one now has a hitch, if I remember right. Preview. Yes, it does have a hitch. Don't know why it never came stock with one. It also has the extended trunk parts. That's 42,000. This is one of the modded ones I have in. Specifically, this is currently the only modded one I have. Those are the only two parts. Everything, as you can see, is all right here. And this little thing I actually end up using as a support vehicle for larger trucks that have cranes. I will load it up onto them, drive around, unload it if I need scouting, then reload them back up. And then it also has the extra 14 gallons of gas, which can and cannot help you in some ways. But it's always good to have more fuel. All right. We were talking this one. 39,000. The International Loadstar is one of those trucks. This is the other mod that I have. Is one of those trucks that you can only buy. That's the only way to properly obtain it. So. All right. It never loses its hitch. I know that much. So. I currently do not have the money for it. I can get the snorkel. It's pretty standard. I think the raised suspension was in Alaska. Again, this scout goes off of the truck tree, so that means I need rank 8. I did get that. What else is there? This one's nice, but it does not include... Yeah, it does not include it. And that's a rank 12? You would think this would just be included with the vehicle. So this one is one of the ones I started with. Actually, this is the one I started with. I have to find... All of these I have to find in the world somewhere. Except that one, which is just rank 10. Let's see here. Just got that one unlocked. What type of upgrades does it have? Hi, saddle. I see it now includes its specialty log hauler. Don't know why it has that. It's tall enough, in my opinion, as it is, and without all-wheel drive, it does not make it. You basically need that. Do not remove the niche tires. I remember that much. Special fine-tune. We don't like the fine-tune. Advanced special is what we want. That's from Alaska. We got that engine, and that one's from Alaska. The P12, let's just take a look. I love this crane because it tucks the arms up and in, and they don't just stick out over the end. I keep forgetting I can move the camera. Log hauler, multi-purpose add-on. 454 and 67. It looks like there's still room on this thing too. It includes a crane, one slot of cargo, then the repair stuff. Medium, short, large maintenance. Keep in mind the maintenance trailers eliminates the ability to tow trailers. So in some ways it is better to have the repair maintenance frame instead of the large maintenance frame. I'm tired. Fuel ramped. I like this one on larger trucks. I prefer the other one on smaller ones. Huh. I know there's this. I usually end up using this one as a single-use maintenance vehicle type thing. I thought this had extra parts and stuff. Still has 57s. All-wheel drive is switchable. Diff lock always on. That's nice. Special and advanced special. You basically need this one, and even then it still can barely do much. What's this? Okay. That lines up perfectly with that. Maintenance frame. Ramped. I like that. Basically anything where the add-on goes to the length of the frame lines up perfectly. Now, on another save of mine, I was using this as my primary vehicle. Despite its limitations, it is quite good. Normal flatbed, long flatbed, van body. If I remember right, the crane... Don't understand that one, because it has that one, but it doesn't give you the long one, I think. Sideboard... Long sideboard. Fuel. Extended fuel. I thought this was on the P12, but I don't remember. Now, I don't mind the extended fuel, but it still feels like... I don't know. Don't know why that one's on here. This one doesn't quite line up. That one's water. Yeah, the advantage of the shorter one is the flatbed and the sideboard bed. The normal sized one is that it might hold 2 slots, but the crane on this one's on the back, which makes it much easier to load up any trailers you have. High saddle, low saddle, vehicle extraction kit. It's almost as big as the maintenance frame. But you also have this, so you have to take into consideration. We're gonna be getting the twin steer. I don't know why this one's a buyable if you have to find it / complete its quest. Huh. I just noticed that. We're going to be having to get this one, no matter what. You start off with that. Always on diff lock. It does not say I own this one. What does it have? Flatbed, long flatbed. I wish it would tell you if it could hold 2 or 3 slots of cargo. Yeah, these van body add-ons hold way more parts and tires, and then you can tow a fuel trailer with you, giving you more than what the maintenance frame can do. 300 repair, 5 spare wheels, and a 370-gallon fuel tank versus 800 repair parts and 6 spare tires plus whatever, however big the trailer is that you're towing with you with the fuel. I don't know numbers off the top of my head. This basically roof racks need to be on all vehicles as an option. This is the other one we started with. I personally think the sleeper area should have a ability to change that to parts. So, I think in the end, I should look at getting you. I should also look at getting you, because I need this one for the achievement. This one, however, I think this one might be better than the Loadstar temporarily. Because I already have access to all the parts, it looks like. I can get that, and it has the hitch. Already have SnowRunner unlocked. Also have its highest grade engine. Suspension doesn't change. I am a fan of these ones. Not a fan of these ones. When you're talking the all-terrain tires. I like number 4 on these because I know at the very least SnowRunner might not explain any of the stats for tires. At the very least, if you know if it says good, it's better than average. I know. Not very helpful. I think it goes according to whatever its point grip rating is on the stat sheets. I don't know any of that off the top of my head. I probably won't understand any of it either. So, I just know higher number, more grip, lower number, less grip. My best guess, if we're talking tires, let's go down to muds. Muds? No. This works. Ish. So anything with excellent means it's going to have I like to think of it like, if it's poor, it's less than 1. If it's average, it's between 1 and 2. Or like 1.5 and 2. If it's excellent, it would be like, no, good would be... All right, so if I'm going with this, I would say average would be less than 1. No, sorry. It goes to show I'm not awake. Poor would be less than 1. Average would be between 1 and 2. Good would be between 2 and 3. And excellent would be basically anything that's 3 or above. That's how I like to think of it. I honestly have no idea. So, because again, I don't know any of the stat sheet stuff. I just go with kind of what I like, but I also try to go with what makes sense. Looks, I like these ones. I just know that 3 goods, in my opinion, is better than 2 goods and an average. So, same thing with the 2s and 3s. Still like those ones better, personally speaking. But yeah. Anyway, I don't have the money for that. I'm going to call it quits. I do know this is supposed to be like an unedited series, and then when I edit things out, all of the miscellaneous crap will go out with it. So I do know the end of this is basically just filler taking a look at stuff. I think what I will do... Smithville, we want Fleet Star. We're going to take this back to the garage really quick, get that outfitted with the off-road gearbox. I also need to get that trailer out of there. That's the trailer I bought, and that's the one that's going to stay in this region probably for good, even after I finish up Michigan. I might keep one scout trailer. The Fleet Star will probably end up staying. All right. Ow. I should have just cut down towards the farm. So the way I am is I don't mind doing the same quest multiple times to get money. It's just that I get bored doing that really easily. So I might do certain jobs 2 or 3 times in a row. And that will be it. For a while, at least. I might alternate between the repeatable jobs as well. It really just depends on what it is I am doing. If I really need money, that's what I'll end up doing no matter what. It's unlike in a traditional hard mode save, I can actually repeat all of those jobs. Once I get a crane, that will help out with that. Okay, the Fleet Star does have its snorkel. I could probably do that trailer... trailer. I really should go to bed. Alright, so what I'm basically going to do is I'm just going to do this one job, the food delivery one, once. And then get the highway truck out. Can't even remember what it is. Consumable, consumable. We're going to drop this trailer off right here. Show. First place takes 6 minutes or less. You get 11,100, but since I just bought $300 in consumables, that's not going to happen. I forgot to go to the garage first. It's not the end of the world. I will probably end up recording these when I do these jobs on repeat. I just don't know if I'm going to show them. But then again, this is part of the whole unedited thing. Come on. You can do it. Considering the Fleet Star is in the heavy-duty category, if I remember right, I highly believe the GMC is much more capable than Highway. Because I believe it is more capable than the Fleet Star. It's just that they basically give you the Fleet Star right out the gate with everything you need to use it within some level of proper effectiveness, while the GMC, you literally have to go to Kola Peninsula to get its all-wheel drive upgrade, and that'll change it basically from your standard highway truck to it's actually a capable off-roader. Or even heavy-duty. In fact, it is good enough for me personally to keep using it basically on any map I've played. Up until the Washington season came out, whatever season number that was. I actually checked out most to, if not all of the maps. But keep in mind, I have not played since before its release. And the only times I've been playing recently is either to double check stuff that I have on a different save in regards to what I'm doing on this one, or for me to test something out for specifically this save. Ugh. Do not flip me. That would be bad. Feels like I am stalling trying to go to bed. In fact, I probably am. There we go. Considering that truck does not have diff lock, it did really well on that specialty trailer mission I had to do. And there is 11. That put me up to 33. If I do one more, that'll put me at 40-something. I probably need to do that one like 2 more times. Diff lock versus all-wheel drive. Both of them are extremely handy. Both have their pluses and both have their minuses. Vehicles that do not have diff lock, your biggest minus is when a single tire does not turn. The diff lock will force it. It forces all tires on the vehicle to spin all at the same rate. Or to be more precise, all engaged tires to spin at the same rate, regardless of if it has traction or not. Just keep in mind, the tires that spin on vehicles without a limited differential, or in this case for SnowRunner, without diff lock, the spinning tire does not have traction, or at the very least that has less traction in the tire that is not spinning. So in order for all-wheel drive to effectively be more useful, you have to have enough power to force those tires that do not want to spin to spin. I am actually very impressed with how well this truck is. Sure don't remember canceling that. One of these days, I would like to take a vehicle down there, and especially on the other side. Alright, I'll give it another 5 minutes-ish or so. Basically just enough time to go grab that trailer. Release the fleet start. Immediately almost crash. As part of the whole unedited series, if crap happens, crap happens. If I deem it must be edited out, I will do so. And if it's too small, I will either still upload it as like a 20 or 30-minute video or however long it turns out to be. But if it's tech issues, I might edit those together. But ultimately, they will all be unedited beyond that. Down the line, I do believe I will go through and either edit these or find somebody to edit them. That is up to somebody if they want to. But ultimately, I am not going to force somebody to edit videos if they do not want to. There's that. Attach. It is ready. Ow. Alright. We'll do that one once more. And I will call it a night. Scratch that plan. We're going to throw the off-road gearbox on here. Camera has always seemed a little wonky. Not my favorite. Customize. You sell. Almost all of my vehicles will end up with the off-road, except the highway trucks, which will end up with this one. I might throw the off-road in certain selected vehicles or as a temporary solution, though. Good. Gaugeable spare tire is rank 16. All right. I have been hearing about the release of a new season, too. I will probably be checking out that map independently from this, but I'm not gonna immediately hop into it either. Looks like I've gone beyond what I said I would. So as soon as this one's done, I will be hopping off. And if I happen to have flipped, we are gonna have to do a recovery later. I know I threw it down there. I forgot to stop off at the trailer. I do know if you're aiming for speed runs, you want to go almost underneath that power pole. You also want the highway gearbox. And then when you get out of there, you need to time it to where, well, aim for between some trees. And then you basically want to bounce yourself up onto the road there going straight towards your destination. So right between those trees, go over that. It's almost a straight line from the exhaust stack. And then I think you want to go this way. Cut across, go very carefully. I know, speed to run. Go carefully straight over that because there is a big dip in the middle of that. And hope you don't flip. Hey, Smokey. She is here to tell me it is bedtime. That is my cat. One of my other cats. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. That scared me. If she happens to be in the same room as myself, at about 10:30, 11 o'clock will come get me for bed and will not leave me alone until I go to bed. Smokey does not do that, though. She is much more inconsistent on doing that, but it seems like she is getting in the habit of saying, it's bedtime. So. One, two. Ow. Alright, that's 45. If I want to have enough money for recovery, then I need to run that once, maybe twice more. Remembered, I think it's right here you want to cut straight through. Huh. Just for funsies. Because I think this is the spot. Yep. You can cut straight through right there. Be very, very careful. I know, I get easily distracted. To not hit these rocks and flip. Now, I don't know why it goes that way. But that path is a whole lot faster to get to this side of the map than some others. I'm going to position this one for its next job that I think I'm going to do, because it's fairly easy. Turn that off, turn that off. That will be this one. What was the objective again? Kurt's inside trailer, and it is up here. So this one, you just come up to here, grab that, go back down. Now, I think there is one more. Stuck trailer, this job. That one, I might need something else to do. So, all right. With that, I am going to say good night. So, I will be recording sometime again in the next few days. Yes, Smokey, I know it is bedtime. So, I really need to get stuff uploaded though. So, with that, I will let you guys go.